So Elon Musk has decided to step back from the Trump administration. In all honesty, he had to step back from the Trump administration because after 130 days, he would need congressional authorization to continue on as a special employee of the government. My thoughts on Doge. On his way out, Elon said he was not a fan of the big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump's trying to get done because it undid a lot of his cuts he got through the federal government. I think a bill can be big, a bill can be beautiful, but the bill cannot be big and beautiful. What's that, Elon Musk? You don't like the big, beautiful bill? Great Orange Man, I gave you millions of dollars. You're supposed to not care what I say and do as I say. Yeah, how'd that work for Mark Zuckerberg and Jeffy Bezos? I'm crazy. I don't care what you all say. You can't control me. Great Orange Man, you're starting to scare me. You're gonna say you loved working for me and you're gonna leave. I'm your boss. Now, I have some criticisms for Doge, of course. It wasn't really cool that he cut off funding that was directly approved by Congress to certain agencies without consulting Congress first. And then he tried to do it the right way by consulting Congress. And those cuts would actually have real teeth. But then Republicans find out, oh, that cut affects my district. So that's why most of the cuts would not end up in the final big, beautiful bill. And Elon's probably looking at it and he's like, I literally destroyed my image.
He was also very much aware of what the public was saying. Here's his reaction to that public reaction.
What was saying to happen was that, it's a bit unfair because, Doge became the whooping boy for everything. So if there was some cut, real or imagined, everyone would blame Doge. I've had people think that, somehow Doge is going to stop them from getting their Social Security check, which is completely untrue.
Well, I guess I was just thinking about the, move fast and break things.
Yeah, I mean, I guess part of it is depends on where you're coming from. So, I'm like a proponent of smaller government, not bigger government. So now if somebody's a proponent of, more government programs and bigger government, and they see, hey, Doge is cutting all these government programs, then they'll be fundamentally opposed to that because they just think the government should do more things. But my frank opinion of the government is that the government is just like the DMV that got big. Okay, so when you say let's have the government do something, you should think, do you want the DMV to do it?
This is why you shouldn't get into politics unless you know what you're getting yourself into, because 50% of the country is going to hate you, no matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. And when he switched over and became such a public figure, I knew he wouldn't be long for the administration because it's obvious Elon Musk is an egomaniac. Most people in his position would probably have a huge ego, but Donald Trump's the star of the show, not Elon Musk. And everyone in Trump's administration hates Elon Musk because he was walking around acting like the big boss man. And him and Marco Rubio got into it a few times. And so did Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. He said fuck you to Elon several times. Also, does anyone else notice that Scott Bessent kind of looks like Will Ferrell? He's actually the best person, I think, in the Trump administration. And he has to go out there and sell tariffs to the world when he doesn't even believe in them. But getting back to Elon. Also, a bunch of stuff got leaked to the New York Times saying that Elon Musk is basically a drug addict. Am I surprised by this information? Of course not. You don't think some of the public figures we all hold dear are on something? Elon Musk wouldn't be an exception. What I hope happens is the idea of Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. What I think might happen is the next administration after Trump leaves can take this newly created agency under the Trump administration, similar how Joe Biden kept some of the tariffs on from the Trump administration. Hey, maybe this agency can work better if we actually put more effort into it and give it more time to actually work better. But Elon Musk, being the salesman, said he would cut $2 trillion, and then people find out, oh, it's discretionary spending. Oh, you would actually have to touch the military budget, and we're increasing the military budget to $1 trillion. And a quick side rant about that. I think the reason that they're increasing military spending so much because Donald Trump is going around telling the rest of Europe you need to spend more money in order to have equal defense in NATO. It wouldn't make much sense for him to say, hey, Europeans, you have to spend at least 2 to 5% on defense spending, and then we don't increase our military budget. So from that point of view, that's why they're not cutting defense, which just leaves discretionary spending, which they're already going to cut about $800 billion from Medicaid, which is going to be deeply unpopular and affect a lot of Trump voters. Elections have consequences. I personally think we should cut the Pentagon over our healthcare system for poor people, but I'm not president of the United States. So Elon's going to go back and hopefully try to rescue Tesla. I wish him the best, but he's completely destroyed his image. Wouldn't surprise me at the end of the day, he's going to have to step down as CEO of Tesla. But he got billions of dollars in defense contracts, so hey, that's his little compilation prize. But I don't think it's worth it because he's become public enemy number one, cutting USAID, which means the enemies of the United States are going to use their soft power to replace the United States' soft power. But I also think it's fucked up that the United States is then expected to take care of the rest of the world when we have our own problems in the United States. Hell, we don't give free healthcare to people and let people go bankrupt because they got unlucky with their health situation. But we got to take care of the rest of the world, apparently. Maybe let some of these rich European countries that spend all their money on welfare take care of them instead. And I think Elon, at the end of the day, was kind of doomed to become really unpopular because if you actually want to go in there and cut government programs, you're going to end up pissing off some of the voting base regardless what you do because there are people who get things from the government. But there's an argument to be said the government's there to protect life, liberty, and property. It's not there to redistribute wealth. And he kind of comes from that ideology, the anarcho-libertarian mindset. So Elon, it's been fun. We'll wait and see if Donald Trump actually goes out and bashes Elon Musk eventually, if it becomes politically expedient. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. So it looks like Elon's trying to kill the big beautiful bill. And I don't even know what to say at this point that I make these videos and the news moves this quickly, but here's a joke to hold you over, I guess. So the big beautiful bill is no longer big nor beautiful. It's a disgusting abomination. This is awesome. Oh, President Elon wants a piece. I've never heard of this man, Elon. He must be a loser. Did I mention I hate my job? And now this is going to make things even harder? I knew these personalities were going to butt heads eventually, and now here we are. I basically destroyed my public image going into politics. I'm going to take a pound of flesh from the great orange man. Elon, you're getting a little too big for your britches. You forgot something. I'm the star of the show. And if you made it this far, you are awesome. Do me a solid. Hit like, and please consider subscribing. And if you disagree with me, that's just fine. Have a good day. And check out some of those videos on screen right now. Maybe you should click one.